The best custom tactics for keeping possession in the AFC, these will surprise you, so be sure to watch through the whole video. Now the thing with keeping possession is when you are attempting to get away from, let's say, press, as you know, it's hard to keep the ball. However, when we add a little bit more width to our attack, it allows us to at least switch the ball as well as build up around the press on the width area. Now you can come to the center of the pitch when you're attempting to get away from a bit of a squeeze out wide, but in general you do want to use the width. So the first tip I can give you is, in terms of your width, you want to have this on a minimum of 60 when you're attempting to keep possession. This will add a little bit more width to your attack when it comes to your wing bats and wingers, and you're able to resort to them when you're getting squeezed in the center of the pitch. And that brings me to my next point. When it comes to getting away from, let's say, press and you want to keep possession, I recommend having fast build up as your tactic for keeping possession. This is because with fast build up, what happens is your attackers essentially get themselves in positions to receive the ball and move. Receive the ball and move. The thing is though, when you're attempting to try and get away from defenders in the AFC, if your attackers are not moving on the pitch, it prevents you from finding options, hence keeping possession. So when you have it on fast build up, it allows you to quickly find those options, give and go, and then find the next option. Next, you're probably thinking he's got to have possession as the tactic. No, and that's the surprising key point here. You want to have it on direct passing. That's because when you're building up, you're wanting players to come towards the ball to offer options. You don't want them going so much into space as much. And when you compare it to possession, what happens is the majority of your attackers will find themselves in space. With direct passing, what happens is the attackers will come towards the ball, offering you options, and with fast build up, there's always going to be an option there for you because your players are constantly moving and coming towards the ball. Now, in terms of players in the bots, I highly recommend that you having this on lower than 5. That's because if you want to keep possession and build it up through the defense, you're going to want to have less players going forward as much and more of them sticking back a little bit just to give you some more options. As we know, we've tailored these tactics to give options rather than proceed forward so quickly despite having fast build up. So you want to have this under 5 for when you're wanting to keep possession. Now in terms of instructions, I'm not going to have specific instructions for you for each formation, but what I will say is certain instructions including balanced and the so-called mixed attack, as well as hitman and free roam, are all instructions that will help you keep the ball in EAFC. That's because the way players act when you have them on these specific instructions is they will free roam through space as well as come and receive the ball. Obviously free roam applies to your midfielders, and then the instructions including hitman as well as balanced or mixed attack apply to most of your attackers. And what you'll notice is when you have these instructions set to either mixed attack or hitman, your attackers will come towards the ball to receive it in front of that defensive line and not running in behind where you won't have any options to keep the ball. In terms of free roam, as I said, the midfielders will drift in and out of the spaces, offering you options when it comes to keeping the ball, and you're able to play yourself around that press and to ultimately keep possession in the AFC. Now, you may have noticed this video was not only about keeping possession, but ways to keep the ball around press, and that's simply because everyone seems to press high in this game, and we need to find ways to keep the ball in situations where the opponent is pressing us high up the pitch, and these are alternatives for us. And these are all the instructions and tactics for us to use in these specific situations, as well as even when your opponent isn't pressing you high up the pitch. Now, I am coaching one-on-one. If you do want help with your tactics, technical, defensive, attacking strategies, anything to do with the AFC, check it out. The link is down below. I've also done a bit of an outro here for you just to explain the process of signing up. Now, I am coaching one-on-one, so you can check that out. The link to it is down below. There's monthly coaching classes. You can work one-on-one with me. There's even a lobby
where you can request personalized tutorials from your boy. So go and check that out. But yeah, I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao, goodbye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you do want any pre-gaming fuel or supplement, then head over to atpscience.com, which is the first link in the description, and use the code DylanEtsATP at checkout to get yourself a discount. Not only is it the cheapest way to get supplements, but it helps me out a ton, guys, so thank you.